What's up, gamers? Red Dragon here. Got an update for you about the 10% GPU that I've been telling you about. And you may say, Dragon, why are we talking about this constantly? And one, we get more information in, so I want to pass that along to you. And two, not a lot of people are talking about this, and I like to bring you stories that not a lot of people are covering. So, as far as this is concerned, we do have some details coming in from a Major Nelson podcast. He was talking with Phil Spencer, and Phil gave two examples of how this is already being used by game developers. So a lot of people have said whenever I talk about the 10% GPU, you've got the armchair developers who of course don't know anything, telling you that 10% isn't much at all, so it's not going to really help or do anything. It might increase the frames per second by like 3. I've seen that a lot. Or, you know, it might make the UI a little bit faster. But the fact is, developers are going to be able to use this however they want to. So it's not limited to frames per second. It's not limited to the UI. So anyway, Phil Spencer says that you can use this for game detail, for bigger worlds, for resolution, for frames per second. And he mentioned that Sunset Overdrive, the developers have told them that they're using the June SDK update in order to provide more detail in their game. So that's what they're using the 10% for. And Bungie's Destiny, he said he's been hanging out with the Bungie crowd, and they have told him that they're using the June SDK to up the resolution on Xbox One. So they didn't go over exactly, you know, where we're starting as far as resolution and what it's jumping to, but the fact remains that unless he's lying out of his ass, that, you know, resolution is being bumped thanks to this 10% GPU. Now, some people are still concerned. They think that because Xbox is moving in this direction, that it's the end of Kinect and they're not going to support it or whatever else. But, you know, the deal is this 10% was set aside for, you know, if developers all wanted to use the Kinect. But what they're saying is if you've got a game like Destiny, and you've got other developers who are building games that weren't planning on taking a hold of the Kinect in the first place and really using a lot of the features, then you don't need those resources allocated to the device. It isn't like you unplug the device still works, you still have Kinect there, you still have all your features, but if the game's not using it, they can now use that for something else. So it's a win-win for everybody. As always, links are in the description box, and I'll lead you right to the horse's mouth so you can hear it from himself. The Major Nelson podcast, it's about 6 minutes in where he starts talking about Bungie's Destiny, and a few minutes before that, he's talking about the SDK and how it works and explaining the reserves and everything else. So, no doubt, don't let any armchair developers tell you any different. It is a fact that this is going to be used, and it's going to be used to make the games better, and that's a good thing all the way around. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. Stay tuned right here for the latest news and information. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.